Hey guys, welcome back to the TrinFx channel. My name is Josh, aka the Home Filter, better known on Discord, and thank you again for joining back on the channel to this weekly analysis. So this is a fresh, new, unrehearsed analysis. It's just me getting straight into the charts, looking at what I'm looking to come to fruition for this week's market. I'm more particularly interested in the US dollar as well as some risk assets such as the AUD, which has been my main focus for the past couple of weeks right now as they give better movement slash yields. Just from my trading strategy and standpoint, my viewpoint is that these do give the better set of yields and more fluent price action. So that's what I'll be taking a look at here today, just to give you guys a quick, summary of what this video is going to be about. So thank you for joining. Please feel free to leave a like as well as subscribe if you're not already subscribed for future updates on when I do post onto the channel. But yeah, getting straight into it, I'm just going to take a quick look at the fundamentals that we do have coming up for this week. And yeah, I do believe we do have the interest rates for the US dollar coming up, which is basically going to be the main sort of highlight for the week, for this week's market, because the US dollar has been in a very curious place, right? It's been in a very curious place. So with interest rates coming out from 4.75%, right, looking to see an increase to around 5% in total. Let's see if I could find that here. Interest rates, we do have that coming out here, right, on the Wednesday the 22nd, right? So we do have that 5% increase that we're looking to see as a consensus, looking to see that coming to fruition or even higher. Now my take on the interest rates, if we do see price actually, the interest rates actually do rising up, we should see overall a very strong move on the dollar itself. The dollar has been pretty weak this for the past couple of weeks, right? With the more lacking fundamental data against the US dollar, we've been seeing price pushing back and forth to the downside. Taking a look here at the daily and the 4-hourly, we're gonna take a look real quick. Right, price has been ranging mostly on the past couple of days. Only last week we did see that movement to the downside after we had a sharp push to the upside here. Right, taking a look at the 1 hour, we had a sharp push to the upside, and then price gradually started falling down. Now this push here was not based off of US dollar strength or anything such as that, but market fears when we did have news related to Credit Suisse, right, which is one of the large major well-known banks out there. We did have some data coming out on that, which impacted markets negatively. So we saw a move on the Japanese yen as investors flocked to the safe haven currency pairs, and we also saw this move on the dollar itself strengthening a little bit, right, just temporarily. Now, one of the reasons why you could see that, okay, this dollar strengthening here doesn't actually translate to overall US dollar strength. If we take a quick look at the gold market, right, we see that gold, despite we have that strong US dollar movement there, we saw gold still gradually increasing. Now, this here could give you or tell you just for a fact that it wasn't off of US dollar strength, but more so the fundamental fear of what this means for the markets. Hence, we saw investors fleeing into the safe havens such as the Japanese yen. We've seen a move on the CHF, the Swiss, as well as here on gold, right? We saw gold asset price increasing because of those fears, right? As people came onto the US dollar, gold quickly increased as well. So we see that strong move to the upside on gold. We saw the DXY, which is the dollar currency strength, actually increase a little bit here too as well. And then we saw that gradually falling back down. Now, overall, in terms of the fundamentals, we do have sort of a weak outlook on the US economy with the past given data that we did already end up receiving. Now, the thing is, if we do get an interest rate increase as expected here with the consensus, that means the Fed hasn't slowed down from their overall stance on increasing interest rates, and that they're confident enough in the economy that it would prevail overall and it would be able to maintain this interest rate increase, right? So with that being said, if we do see that increase, we would have a very strong move in favor of the dollar, which is what I'm looking forward to. This is something that we've been expecting for quite a while, to see that increase to 5%, even all the way to 6% in the future. So with that being said, my take is if we do end up seeing that increase, we'll get a very strong dollar movement. And I'm looking towards more so trading AUD USD, for example. I am looking to see price continue moving to the downside here as markets open. I do think we could get a continuation move back into the supportive level and even see price push further down, right? If we do end up seeing a break of the supportive level here, then I do think we could continue even further on the downside, even to these lows and even lower, right? And that would be, again, if we do see that interest rate increase, that could be a catalyst to see price continue moving further down. So that is sort of my take on what I'm waiting to see here. And one of the trades I'm looking forward to is an AUD USD trade to the sell side. Okay. Other trades I'm possibly looking towards to again is GBP USD and JPY and possibly the euro, right? So euro USD, we have similar price actions. However, there's a difference between trading risk assets currencies as well as something such as euro USD, right? The euro does strengthen off of the US dollar weakness, which is very different to say when it comes to the risk assets such as the AUD and the NZD, right? Usually times where you see these risk assets appreciate in price is when we have certainty within the economic stability of the overall global economy, right? And that may be a little bit much to digest, but just take it slow, right? And that is basically why we'll see like a difference in price action, or at least why in terms of what I'm expecting to get on the AUD USD trade setup isn't something you see directly translated on Euro USD. Even though they do have similar movements, the amount of pip value they do move for could vary. So that is one of the reasons why, even though I am looking to possibly trade this, I would just, leave it on hold for now. To be more conservative on this, I would possibly start trading it again, such as the AUD USD. Once we do see price break below, right, and we get a nice bearish close below all this wick rejection here, right, at the supportive level, we should see a continuation to the downside. So at this point is where I'll be more so interested in getting on this possibly for that downside momentum continuation, right? Especially since we had this large move to the downside here on the euro. So this is sort of my take here. Other things I'm looking at here, GBP-JPY, and let's go back quickly to see in any fundamental what we have coming up in terms of the fundamentals, right? We have the GBP interest rate decision expecting a 2.25 base point increase. So we're expecting to see price go up on this a little bit here in terms of the interest rates, right? So what does this mean for the pound itself? More than likely, I do think we'll get a negative move on the pound, just because in terms of the interest rate increase, it's not by that much compared to the other interest rate decisions that we are seeing. This here would be another one to pay attention to for the CHF. It's very uncommon to see the Swiss actually raise interest rates. So as we do see this happening, this will be more dollar positive for the Swiss franc. So that is something we could also see a possible movement on. A trade I would really be happy to get into, again, AUD pairs, right? And I can't stress this enough, guys. Understanding the difference between the risk assets and how they move in the markets would help you in terms of getting the best possible yields from whatever trades that you are looking at, especially when applying fundamentals to them. So this here, AUD CHF, this would be something I would lean in towards once we do have that interest rate decision coming out. So this wouldn't be a trade I'll be looking to get in prior to that, but right around maybe the last 30 minutes or so coming up to the news itself, right? And we have that news coming out at 4:30 a.m. So around 4 a.m. I'll be interested into actually getting into this, as at that point we'll see that spike to the downside in favor of the CHF, right? Again, very uncommon to see the Swiss franc, the Swiss economy increase their interest rates. So all of this is to deal with combating inflation, as well as feeling comfortable enough that the economy is in a position to do so, right? Usually we do see negative rates on these economies, the Swiss as well as the Japanese economy. So any interest rates increase could have a very positive effect on these economies, right? So that is what we're possibly looking to get into here. Well, I'm at least looking to get into here. Um, Other than that, in terms of the GBP, again, lacking in terms of the fundamentals overall, very bearish. The economy itself still has a long way to go in terms of improvement compared to all these others, such as the Canadian and the I would not so much the US because they are sort of hand in hand together, but in terms of the other economies, they do have quite some more room to improve. So if we do get an interest rate increase, I do think it's more common than not. We can see the GBP actually take a turnaround instead of strengthening from this piece of news data. We might see it actually fall a little bit. So I would be interested in taking trades against the GBP. So GBP USD, long continuation, see downside, right? Shorten this, something I will be looking forward to, especially since we do have that interest rate decision for the US dollar coming out firstly, and then the GBP. As price will continue to push down, I do think we have room to actually pull all the way back down into these significant areas here, right? In terms of the price action, however, we are the best possible entries, again waiting for that price to push below the supportive zone, right? We do have sort of a, if we take this here as a trend line, we have price, right, forming higher highs, higher lows and such. So we want to see a break in this structure firstly, right, to then see maybe a possible continuation and those news data points acting as a catalyst to see price pushing even further down, right? So at first you might want to wait to see a break below to the downside and then a continuation, right? So this is something that I think has a lot of potential to actually play out too. But we'll have to wait. Actually, let me leave this. We have to wait and see, right? But yeah, it's pretty news intensive, right? We have a lot of other news events coming up too, right? So pretty news intensive week. Therefore, I think something that you need to do as a trader is choose the best possible times and scenarios when you do get into your trade setups. So for me, these are what I'm looking at currently, and I'm looking to trade them. All right. If anything does come up in the future, we'll have to wait and see, as there may be undisplayed news events that come out that would affect the price action movement and may invalidate some of these trade setups. But for now, this is what I'm looking at, and now you guys are aware of that. So yeah, and that's it for me right now. Obviously, as we do have the news coming out, I'll keep you guys updated, posted within the Discord community. If you're not a part of it and you're watching this video, then please feel free to click the link. It's a free community. I do post my trades within the free the homie Fletcher's trades, right, channel. I do post my trades in there, or trade ideas, and there is a VIP, of course, and in the VIP you will get more extensive outlooks on the trades that I do look to get into, as well as videos detailing my trade setup, my trading plan and such, right? And one-on-ones and any other VIP benefits that is inclusive to the VIP section, right? So that's it for me, guys. That's what I'm looking at. I'm not gonna edit this. It's a very edit-free video, being real and raw with you guys. So yeah, these are what I'm looking to pay attention to right now. So thank you for watching this video. If you reach the end of it, I really do fuck with you, and yeah, I appreciate your patronage, and please feel free to leave a like on the video. It really helps out the channel a lot. And if you find this information valuable to yourself and you gain some knowledge from it, then feel free to share that knowledge to others. All right, so again, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do hope you guys do have a wonderful weekend, and also even better trading week coming up. All right, guys, so that's it for me. Peace.